Hi, M1s. So these are my specific instructions for part 2 of our landscape silhouette painting summative. This is going to cover the color theory and the painting techniques that we did. Over this section we learned how to use both the flat and the round brush for painting details. We also practiced mixing colors, tinting, shading, secondary colors. You'll need to reflect on this process in the following slides. A brief description of the successes and challenges that you had through these activities. Let's go through those one at a time. So the first thing we did was the color wheel. We learned how to use the round brushes for painting sharp corners on each slice of the color wheel, and then we also learned how to use the flat brush to paint nice, clean, sharp edges. You should also have like a nice solid value in each slice of the color. And not adding too much water or too little water to your painting, which would show like it would affect the painting with like watery watercolor effect or like dry brush effect. So try to avoid that. Also, trying to mix the colors appropriately so that you get a nice middle secondary color and nothing too close to one or the other. So talk about the challenges and the successes that you had in this task and mixing the colors. The next thing we did, I'm sorry, your work will go here obviously, and you'll put this description over here on the right. Next thing we did was the tinting and the shading, adding white to a color and adding black to a color. So we wanted to have like even steps all the way through. And then we also did analogous colors, mixing two primary colors in even steps all the way through in seven equal steps. So your work will go on this slide, and you'll talk about your successes and challenges here. Like, for example, maybe you had a few that were too close to each other, or you had one where there's too big of a jump from one color to another, and it wasn't or one value to the next, and it wasn't an even step. So talk about successes and challenges here. Okay. Then we did our monochromatic sky. You'll put that here, and you'll talk about the color you chose. Is it warm or is it cool? You'll have to explain if it was gradual steps where you had really low contrast rings throughout, or if you had a big abrupt jump where there was too high of a contrast from one ring to the next. And you'll put your work here, and you'll ID those, explain those things over here. And then next up, we'll talk about part 3.